I've been consistently working out for over 10 years. And I can tell you right now, if you're waiting on that alarm clock to get any easier to get up to, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, but I don't think so. I think you just might get used to it. You'd be like, oh, there's that old feeling again. Alarm clock, tired. Open your eyes in the morning. You don't feel like getting up. The demons are still there. I talk about it all the time. They're never going away. There's always going to be, it doesn't matter like how big your dream is, how big your goal is, how much you told yourself you're going to get up in the morning the night before. It's not going to get any easier. You're still not going to want to get up in the morning. It's going to be Groundhog's Day every day. It's going to be hard. But the only thing that's going to carry you through, the only thing that is going to carry you through is going to be something to get up for. Simple as that. Absolutely. That's it. There's nothing simpler than that. You got to have something that you mean to get up for. Can't stress that enough. If you don't have a desire, if you don't have a goal in mind, a clearly defined goal in mind, then you're going to be miserable getting up in the morning. It's going to be so miserable that you're not going to do it very often. And if you don't do it very often, then you're not going to get the results you want. So you have to, I repeat, you have to develop a burning desire for something, because it's going to be too fucking hard. Just getting up in the morning, like just getting up in the morning and making it to the gym and having to start a rigorous exercise regime at 5 in the morning before you go to work for 8 hours, and then you're gonna be tired when you get off and your kids are at home and all that. Like, you don't have it in you. You do not have it in you if you don't set distinct, measurable goals that can be attained, and you can say, hey, I'm here. If you don't have something you're training for, you're not gonna work hard enough to have it, and you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be like, damn, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm going to the gym, I'm not seeing any results, I'm not seeing any change. Well, how can you if you don't work hard enough to see a change? You gotta physically and mentally push your body hard enough to soften the clay. You can imagine your body, your muscles are like hardened clay. You know, it's just like you're one way, you're one form. Well, you gotta heat that shit up like fucking molten steel to change it. And it takes time after time after time of like getting sweaty as fuck, like grinding. When you see someone in the gym and they're just ripping fucking countless burpees, jump rope, hitting the bag, and they're just fucking grinding, you can tell when someone's grinding, dude. When you're at the library and you can tell someone's fucking deep in studies, got like 5 books open, they're going after it, they're writing shit down, like they're working on something. And the same thing in the gym. You know, you can tell when people are working hard. And I've had people come up to me, I've gone up to people and been like, bro, you're fucking grinding, dude. I like your style, dude. And people have done the same thing to me, and they recognize when you're working your dick off or your whatever off, you know. It's just like you have to 100% develop a desire for getting up in the morning, because the one thing that I initially started this video wanted to say is that the night before you have to get up. It all starts there. Last night, I didn't even set an alarm. I already knew that I was gonna get up and do something, right? So I wake up at about 5:40, put my shoes on. I already know I gotta do it. I didn't have to set an alarm, right? So maybe it does get easier. Maybe it does get a little easier. I digress. Sometimes I do have to set an alarm though. Like, I specifically wake up at either, 5:30. I at least start rustling around at like 5:30. Sometimes on my off days, I'm up at like 6:30. And I know what I got to do, I know what I got to do to attain the goal, so I just go out and do it. But that night before, you set the alarm. Set the alarm the night before, 5 a.m. You got to get there 4 a.m. Maybe work starts for you at 6:30 or something, and you got to get there earlier. Maybe it's 4. You set that alarm. You got to have in your mind, like, why am I setting this alarm at 4? And you got to remember that, because when it goes off and you're just starting out, I'm not talking about you're 10 years into it, you know, a fitness training regime. I'm talking about like you're just starting. This is like ground zero. Day one is tomorrow. You're starting a new thing. You gotta be locked in. I'm telling you right now, you have to be locked the F in. Because it's gonna suck. And you gotta hold on for a long time. It's not 1 year. We're not doing this shit for 1 fucking year. We're doing this shit for a lifetime. Like, you're trying to figure out how are you gonna stay fit and healthy until you're in a box. You know, that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. That's the type of workout regime, commitment to life, all that shit is, it's not for the next year. Oh, I want to get in shape and then fall off the next year. No. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of excellence that we're talking about here. So in order for that, in order for you to start working on that game, you have to be locked in. So when you set that alarm for whatever time the next morning, you're sitting in your bed and you're like, all right, it's fucking game time tomorrow. You get up, you go to the gym. Now, my other videos, I talk about not fucking killing yourself when you're first starting off. So that's where I got to pump the brakes. So I'm talking about build the intensity just to make it to the gym and do 10 push-ups and walk out, or whatever your training is for that day. Now, some of my earlier videos, I talked about the atomic habit theory, where you don't have to, you know, you start small, very small. You're starting a workout regime, but it could be 25 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So I'm building this intensity, but I do not want anyone, or I'm not telling anyone to go in the gym and absolutely fucking slay themselves the first week they make it to the gym and then get injured and now you're out for 6 months. You have to build the intensity and commitment in your mind to just get up, put your shoes on, and do the ritual of going to the gym. All you got to do is build a ritual. The ritual of getting up, going to the gym, doing some work, and then leaving. You do not have to fucking kill you, because this is for a lifetime. This is for a lifetime. It's not for a year. It's not for 10 years. So you know, if you start working out and doing something for 25 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day for the first year, and then after that you start doing more and more and more, right? You can see how you'd be up to like 2 or 3 hours a day, and now you're fucking an athlete in like 3 years, 4 years. But you do not have to start. You're not getting paid for this. It's just a part of life. You're just training, right? So you don't have to go in the gym and start fucking, you know, oh, I'm getting in shape, bro. I'm going to get some steroids, get some SARMs. I'm getting on a training regime and start no, just, it's small. It's just set the alarm, get up to it, put your shoes on, start sipping on the coffee you made the night before, get to the gym, do your fucking workout, walk out of the gym with no injuries, and then rinse repeat for as long as you fucking can until you have no more, right? Until life is over for you. But my main point is that you want this body to be fit and healthy forever. And it's not going to do that if you can't build the consistency just to get your shoes on and get to the gym. That's all we're talking about here. And it doesn't even matter what you do at the gym. You could just like jump roping. You could like, you know, walking on the Stairmaster. You could like walking on the treadmill. You could like running on the treadmill. You could like, you know, just find what you want. I'm talking to the beginners. I'm talking to the beginners. And the name of this video is going to be Ritual, because you have to build the ritual of, you're building an addiction is what you're doing, essentially. And you have to, you know, you're either going to build good addictions, bad addictions. You're building addictions either way. So you're building the addiction, the ritual of setting the alarm, getting up, put your shoes on, go to the gym, work out, take a shower at the gym, change, go to the office, work, get groceries, come home, feed your family, set the alarm, go to the gym. And I know it sounds fucking monotonous. I know it sounds boring, but I'm telling you right now, like, when you finally get to take your head up, when you finally pop your head up and you've been working out for 2 or 3 years and now you're fucking abs in shape, maybe you're a dad and you finally get to go to Disney with your family, right? You finally get to go spend a vacation with your family. You're gonna be fucking in a great body doing it. Like, you have no idea, if you're out of shape right now, you have no idea the difference that just going to do normal activities are when you're 10 times above average fitness level. It's not just a vanity game. It's a, like, you're out here in the world, you're able to do jobs, you're able to move around like you own the place. That is what I'm talking about. Like, you're fit, you're able to move around in this world like you own the place. And that is the type of feeling you get when you are in superior physical condition, is that you feel like you own the place. And I mean that, like, the world that you live in. Like, you're on top of things. If you need to go hunting, you can go hunting because you're in shape. If you need to fucking take care of your, do some harder work to make some more money to provide for your family, you can do that. It's just, it makes more sense, you know? It's not about fucking going to the gym, doing bench press, and having a big chest. It's really not about that at all. It's about living a good life, living a healthy life, living a meaningful, having people respect you, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you see, out of shape cops and out of shape, service members and whatnot. And it's just, you don't have any, people respect you less. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I say it in my other videos, like, hey, look, like, we don't want people to judge us, but unfortunately it's happening, every single day. So have some respect for yourself. Like, do these things. I'm telling you, it'll make a world of difference, especially if you're beginning. If you're just starting off, you're gonna be it's gonna be a magic. Like, once you get yourself into shape after a few years of training, and I say years because I do not want to get it confused with months. Like, yeah, you can get in shape, you can get in a little bit of shape in a few months, but there's a difference between someone who's been training for a few months and a few years, and then further on a few decades, right? You meet someone who's been fit for a few decades, like, stand by for getting your ass handed to you, because it's different. But anyways, ritual. Build that ritual. Set the alarm. Get up to it. Make it to the gym. You don't have to smile when you do this stuff. You do not have to get up and like you're happy doing it. Like, it's not a happy thing. It's a fuck. Like, this sucks. But you know what? I'm doing it. So you have respect for yourself. And that's just it. So, ritual. Set the alarm. Get up to it. Put your shoes on. Drink coffee. Go to the gym. Work. Everything. Rinse, repeat. Build a ritual. That's it.